Welcome back to another episode, guys. Today we are going to take a look at two growth stock ideas. The first one we're going to take a look at is one in the augmented reality world. The second one we're going to take a look at is one in the e-learning platform. I think both of these are looking pretty cool, and at least investors should keep an eye on them. Like always, we're going to take a quick look at stuff like technicals, fundamentals, and recent news. The first company we are going to take a look at is Vuzix. You guys might know them for the next generation augmented reality glasses, right? They have definitely been a stock that has been very popular in the past few months, right? Right now you can see where their products are being used: field service and remote assisting solutions, manufacturing solutions, warehouse solutions, even in the telemedicine solution. I think this is one of the markets that they're really growing right now. If we take a look right now, Vuzix is traded under the Nasdaq as ticker VUCI. Currently super small company, right? $1.17 billion. Today the stock was down about 2.39% for the day, right? So and we're going to take a quick look at technicals in a bit. It doesn't seem too overextended. If we take a look from its 52-week high, this was one that investors earlier on were super excited, but it has definitely pulled back a nice amount, almost 40% from its 52-week high. So it's kind of taken a breath room. So if we take a look at some recent news for Vuzix that really have me excited. First, they are hosting a seminar tomorrow, July 1st. Depends on when I drop this video, either be today or tomorrow. But it's pretty cool, right? If you definitely want to learn more about some of the augmented realities and some of the solutions that they're providing. The other news, recently on June 25th, Ohana One is partnering up with Vuzix smart glasses with this program to unite surgeons around the world to bridge the global surgical doctor deficit. So this surgical aid with using the augmented reality glasses are planning to educate other doctors, right? And the program right now is live in 35 countries. If we take a look, they did give us, they give shareholders a letter on June 16th of 2021. Some highlights from the shareholder included 150% year-over-year growth compared to the same time last year in form of market sales for smart glasses. They are seeing increase in institutional investors interested based on the company's strong fundamentals. They definitely have strong numbers. They're seeing success in the telemedicine segment. Like I mentioned, the past news, right, was mainly about the telemedicine world, and some more we're going to talk about. It's also working with the telemedicine. Smart glasses adoption is increasing across all their industries, including constructions, consumer staples, energy, food processing, manufacturing, raw material, retailing, telecommunication, and utilities. And they are even expanding their OEM engagement in the aerospace, defense, and medical markets. We can see definitely early stages, and we're going to look at the numbers, early stages in the business, but huge growth potential. And before we go any further, guys, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If I'm providing some form of value to you guys, I truly do appreciate it, guys. And make sure, let's take a quick listen to today's sponsor, a great reason why I'm able to provide so much content to you guys for free. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. You guys know I love finding new investing tools and resources to help me scout out new growth stocks. And right now I have a discount for one of my favorite services The Fool offers. Through the Motley Fool Stock Advisor services, you get access to a ton of expert stock picks. Every month you'll get 2 new picks that are aimed at growing your wealth and to help you realize your financial goals. Stock Advisor's average stock picks have done amazing returns. If growing your money is something you'd like to do more of this year, you can visit fool.com/Jose Najarro or click on the link below for access to my special offer and decide if the Stock Advisor is right for you. Thanks again to the Motley Fool, and now onto today's video. If we take a closer look at their shareholder letter, we can see the sales of their smart glasses increasing. Quarter 2020, they still saw some nice growth, right? And first quarter of 2021 is still seeing growth. So I believe now, as things are opening back up, this overall augmented reality glasses sales are going to continue to increase. They're going to have more people, for example, in facilities, in factories, in distribution centers, in the medical usage. So I see this, I'm excited to see their upcoming earnings. I'm not an investor of Vuzix, but the augmented reality and the smart glasses market seems to be a pretty cool market for sure. Over here, they talk about their expanding. On June 9th, they expanded their Vuzix smart glasses to have more surgical products in the presence of shoulder, knee, and spine surgeries. So here, Vuzix kind of provides the smart glasses, the hardware, and then there are other companies that kind of provide the platform with them. So those partnerships are working really well. Now they're producing more content within there. And then we can see on June 9th, augmented reality and smart glasses innovator Vuzix is going to be added onto the Russell 3000 and the Russell 2000 index. Next, we also have some big players, right? It's not just some unknown people. John Deere deploys Vuzix smart glasses in Brazil to provide remote support for equipment training and maintenance. We also have some other news that they kind of received their glasses that are in the medical field, received the EMC safety standard certification. When you're in the medical field or almost any place that has high technology, you're gonna get a lot of electromagnetic disturbances so they have to meet certain requirements. The glasses meet the requirements in saying that they are not going to be affected due to this electromagnetic disturbances and noises. Next, the last one I really want to talk about before we take a look at their fundamentals is Vuzix receives new orders for over $1.2 million smart glasses from Rods and Cones. This is another big company. So that's pretty impressive. $1.2 million from one customer. If we take a look at their shareholder, we can see in the past 13 quarters between 2017 to 2019, the average sales were about 1.2 million. So one customer order pretty much makes what they were making a few years ago. So that's actually pretty impressive. What else do we have here? Let's take a quick look at their future growth. This company is expected to grow 49.9% on average for the next 3 to 5 years. Hyper growth company. Unfortunately, it's not profitable or positive in cash flow from operations right now. It's to be expected, right? This is a very early business right now. So this is a company, if it was to ever enter in my portfolio, would be somewhere like a small percentage, just because even though the market seems pretty cool, a small position can grow to dramatic levels, can still be a good gainer, but it does reduce a good portion of the risk. If we take a look at their balance sheet, they have about $132 million in cash and short-term investments. And based on the money that they are burning, about $18 million a year, they have plenty of cash to be able to survive numerous years without becoming positive in any of these. So this is definitely an early stage business, one for those growth investors that want to enter the augmented reality market and wouldn't mind the volatility. A stock like this will for sure be volatile. The second stock we're going to take a look at is Coursera. If you're doing any form of online learning, you might have heard about them. In Coursera, you can go here and either take individual courses. Usually the courses are pretty cheap. Some of them you even get them for free. You can even take a form of degree platform with some of the leading universities and companies. They have Illinois, Duke, Imperial College, Stanford, Penn University of Pennsylvania. So they definitely have some big names here, some impressive names as well. You can do stuff like your MBA, your Master of Computer Science, and Bachelors of Applied Arts and Sciences. They offer so many degrees. Right now, Coursera, I believe just the overall market of online education is going to continue to grow. I personally enjoy learning online, right? I kind of hate going and driving off, just like anything, right? We have the telemedicine now. We're also having tele-education. I think that's where the world is going. So Coursera right now was down about 3% for the day, sitting at $39.56. This is a big, right? $40 billion in market cap right now. If we take a look from its 52-week high, this is a recent IPO. From its 52-week high, the stock is down about 31.7%. So if we take a look at their investors presentation, we can kind of see a little bit more of how their payments flow goes from their business. So they have three major forms of business. First is consumers. When someone like you and I, we go and we kind of pay for their courses, we pay Coursera, then Coursera kind of pays whoever made that content, they pay some form of fee. Enterprise. Now let's say I own a business and I want to educate my employees. I pay Coursera per seat. Coursera then pays those content creators a portion of it. The final way is degrees. Student kind of pays the university for that degree. The university then pays a percentage back to Coursera. So they have different flows, and I think these are the major types of markets they should be in: the consumer, the enterprise, and in the degrees with other institutions already. I can't see them expanding what other type of markets they can hit in, but this is definitely pretty impressive. Now, if we take a look at their most recent earnings, they did report first quarter fiscal 2021, which ended March 31st of 2021, and they saw total revenue was up 64% compared to the same time last year. That's pretty impressive. I want to say COVID has probably accelerated this company's brand awareness. I feel more people were at home, were kind of trying to learn new events or new skills. Coursera would probably make the list up there. Unfortunately, the company is not even profitable and adjusted EBITDA. This is going to be another growth stock that we kind of looked at. The overall market is growing, but right now might be early stages within it. They are also negative in cash flow from operations. But this is a strong growth company, 21.2% on average for the next 3 to 5 years. Strong revenue growth. Like I mentioned, they're not positive in earnings. They're not profitable in cash flow from operations. If we take a look at their free cash flow, they're burning about... they're burning about $26 million of cash per year. So now we have to make sure they have a strong balance sheet. They have $280 million in cash and no debt to their name. So in theory, they should be able to survive multiple years without ever having to consider of this company going down under. And we can see the market that they're hitting. I personally see it one that's going to grow in the future. Coursera, another one. If it was to enter my portfolio, I think it would be a smaller base, something in the low single digits, if that, something in the low single digits, right, percentage wise. Some things to keep an eye out for Coursera, right? They did announce, this is a recent IPO, so they do have lockup periods. They kind of did have a previous early release on some of their shares, and that did kind of trickle the stock price to go down a nice amount. And the actual date for the full expiration on it is September 27th of 2021. So any investor, obviously the stock price can be very volatile from here on, but I do want to say around that time frame, you're going to see even an increase in volatility. Now let's take a quick look at technicals. If we take a quick look at Vuzix, right now I want to say the stock price is definitely not overextended at all. It's sitting at a great volume area within. The biggest support, I want to say something around 15.50. We can see it's definitely kind of tested resistance and support around those levels. Obviously, the stock price can go down there, that can go even further down, but I believe a good portion of the risk has been eliminated. If we take a look at Coursera, the same thing can say. First, I want to show, I kind of circled this, but I'm pretty sure you guys can't see it. Let me see if I can make it a bit thicker and maybe change it color to maybe yellow, right? Right here, this is around May 11th or May when the news came out of their pre-release or the early release of some of their shares or blackout period. So we can see definitely took a nice dive there. We can see plenty of volume here around 37.47. Good support for sure. The stock price is definitely not overextended. Obviously, volatility can keep coming in, but overall, two cool companies in my opinion in markets that are expanding to grow. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Like always, make sure to hit the thumbs up, the subscribe button. Take care and see you next time.